Welcome back, gamers. So, big news, as you will see from a lot of other creators as well, we have the entire solo leveling Challenger series revealed to discuss. Funny story, I actually passed on these reveals, saying that I would let uh, other people who knew more about solo leveling to go ahead and do them because obviously I can only talk about them as the cards. I've never seen or read solo leveling, but they gave them to me anyway. So here we are talking about the cards, and there's some pretty cool stuff in here. So let's start off with Sung Jin-woo, E rank Hunter. He is an E rank, he is a Hunter. He has 6 hand size, 30 health, all, death, and life, which are really cool. I'm glad we're seeing the all symbol back. We haven't seen the all symbol since Girl Power and the Godzilla Challenger series. So, first off the bat, the art is really cool, and I like the aesthetics that give you kind of a static feel to the name, as well as the hand size and the health. That's something we're going to see a lot of in these, in like the numbers of the cards, that staticky kind of appeal. I think that's a really nice touch. So, we have a static for this character. Sung Jin-woo begins the game with the Assassin skill tree. So, that's a new thing, and we'll go over that in a minute. And then he has a response tenacious or playable while he is committed. Remove 1 XP card from your hand or from your stage at the start of your end phase. Level up. So, on face, this character doesn't seem that great, because all he does is level up your skill tree. You have to remove a card from your hand or your stage, 1 XP card, and we'll go over what those are here in a minute. But, funny thing, this Challenger series has a few things that make it stand out from other Challenger series. For example, this is the only Challenger series we've had with only 1 character. And I'm not talking like the Star Trek characters where it's the same person, but 2 different roles. You only get 1 character in this Challenger series, and that is Sung Jin-woo, which is interesting, to say the least, but you do get a very special card that makes him kind of powerful, and that is the Assassin skill tree. So this is a brand new type of card that is releasing with this deck. I have not been able to get a yes or no on whether or not this is the only character that will have a skill tree, but this is kind of why you don't get a second character. So, Assassin skill tree, your character can unlock these skills. After leveling up, unlock the next skill down, beginning with critical attack. So, how this works is this card is outside of your deck. You basically just kind of set it next to your character, and don't worry about it. It is not a foundation. It is not in your stage. It is just a card outside the game. It is a list of abilities. So you start at level 0. So basically consider this flipped face down. But when, but when Sung Jin uses his response to level up at the start of your end phase, you get automatically critical attack. And then when you level up during the next turn, you get access to murderous intent. You gain each of these skills in sequence, and they do attach to your character. So say your character has all the way down to dagger throw. You've leveled up 4 times. If your rival seals your character, you lose all of those abilities for the turn. It is not like, okay, these abilities are on skill tree and you simply have access to them. These abilities get put as if they are written on your character. So let's go over what skills Sung Jin-woo gets to unlock. First, we get critical attack. This is your first level up. Enhance, this weapon attack gets +1 damage for each attack in your card pool. So you get some scaling damage. It is repeatable, so you can just, this one gets +1, this one gets +2, this one gets +3. Really cool there. Then when you level up again, you get murderous intent. First enhance, once per turn, reduce this attack's speed to 0. Very potent defensive ability there. If it looks like I'm not looking directly into my camera, it's because due to having the dark screen here, I've had to turn the camera's lights on, and they are blinding. So I'm trying as hard as I can not to look directly at the camera. It's not you guys, it's me. So reducing this attack's speed to 0. Very powerful ability, only playable once per turn, but when comboed with some of the cards we're going to see later in the deck, very, very useful. When you level up a third time, you get Quicksilver. Once per turn, enhance, this attack gets +3 speed. That's really good as your third attack with +3 damage from critical attack. Giving any attack +3/+3, golden. When you level up again, you get Dagger Throw. Enhance once per turn, your weapon attack gains Echo. That is ridiculously cool. I love that ability. And off of all three of his symbols actually right now, those are kind of the weapon symbols. You have all from some of the older cards. You have Death and Life from characters like Toga, and the Critical Role, Vexalia and Vaxildan. They have a lot of weapons. They have the Death symbol or the Life symbol. Really cool there. Level up another time, you get Stealth. Once per turn, enhance, change the zone of this attack. So you get to change the zone of your attack, but also you can change the zone of your rival's attack. So you can perfect block something after making it speed 0 with Murderous Intent. Really, really cool there. And lastly, Ruler's Authority. Enhance, add 1 XP card from your removed pile to your hand. So all in all, to level up to your max level here, you will need 6 cards removed from your hand during each of your end phases. So during the end phase of your first turn, remove 1, you get critical attack. During your next turn, remove 1, you get Murderous Intent. So you're removing cards. However, Ruler's Authority is not a once per turn enhance. If you get to max level, then during every single attack, you get a free card back from your remove from game pile. That's insane. That is insane to continuously remove them for other abilities and then to just get them right back. You get blocks back to your hand, you get attacks back to your hand. Spoilers, I suppose. But there is a lot that you can do here if you can survive long enough to get to your maximum level. And he is starting out as a 630, which isn't bad. You got some face tank ability there, but you will see quite a few defensive abilities here in the rest of the deck. So let's go into what the rest of this E-rank hunter can do. Starting off with the ultra rare asset, Hunter's Dagger. And as you can see with the numbers here, and the block modifier, and both your difficulty and control, you get that staticky wave thing. That's such a cool little touch. It is a unique and a weapon. It's an asset. Enhance commit, your non-throw attack gains weapon. Pretty neat. Which combos well with critical strike, which means it can gain damage. If this attack deals damage, add 3 bleed counters to this card. What do bleed counters do? Response Tenacious. Remove 1 bleed counter. After your rival plays an attack, if their health is 3 or greater, they lose 1 health. So you can, each one of your turns, put weapon on a non-throw attack, and if it deals damage, get 3 more bleed counters. So you start with 3, and then if your rival plays 3 attacks, they just lost 3 health. Because that's not a once per turn response. And then on your next turn, commit. Oh, this non-throw attack gained weapon. It dealt damage. I'm going to get 3 more bleed counters. And then just being able to burn your rival every time they play an attack is ridiculous. And I am so glad this has unique, because that is dumb. I am also glad that this cannot kill your rival. It can only burn them down to 3. So there's that. But still a really awesome asset. Thank God it does not share any mimic symbols. And also, it's a very nice zero diff. We don't get a lot of zero diff assets. But as I was saying, with this Challenger Series being unique, we only get 1 character. Also, we don't get any action cards. Usually you get 1 action, 1 asset, and then your foundations and your attacks. But we don't get an action card. probably because we get that skill tree. But we do get a second asset, Teleportation Stone. This is a 3/5 2 mid-block unique asset. Response remove: after you block an attack, your rival must play a non-attack card as their next form or pass. And if they pass, their turn is over. Oh, I should probably also say that Hunter's Dagger is a death attuned, and Teleportation Stone is our first all attuned card. So we are getting more attuned cards, and this is kind of a cool way to do Challenger Series. You have your character with its 3 symbols, and then you spread those symbols throughout attuned cards on the cards in the Challenger Series. So very good defensive piece here. After you block an attack, your rival has to play a non-attack card as their next form or pass. So really solid there, and a very good way to keep yourself alive long enough to level up multiple times. Next we have our first attack, and that is Clash with the Blood Red. This is a 5/3, 5 high for 5. I love how the speed and damage are cracked. 1 high block, weapon, and XP. So pretty much most of the attacks and foundations all have XP, which means you can remove them with Songjin Woo to level up. So that's pretty cool. It has Blitz, and it's also an all-attuned attack. Blitz: each player reveals the top card of their deck. If the check value of your revealed card is greater than or equal to your rival commits 2 foundations. Otherwise, you draw 1 card, and your rival mills 1. So, let's break that down a little bit. We both get to reveal the top card of our decks. If both of us have, say, a 5, because we both have foundations, you have to commit 2 foundations. If you reveal a 5 and I reveal a 3 because I have an attack on top, I get to draw that attack, and you mill that good check off the top of your deck, while staring down a 5 high 5. So, that's a really good attack. I really dig that. It's a little complicated, but you're really going to push through trying to put bleed counters on your Hunter's Dagger, because even though this has weapon, it can gain weapon again, because it's a non-throw. So if you're really pushing through, forcing them to commit to, then you can, give it weapon again. If it hits, you get your bleed counters. This is just a really good opener, or even a mid-level, mid-attack card, a mid-string. Sorry, I've been working with power tools all day, so I'm a little tired. Next we have Determined Cut. I love this card. This is a 4/3, 4 high for 3 with a 1 mid block, Powerful 3, weapon and XP. Response: after your rival plays an enhance ability, they lose 1 health. Every time your rival tries to interact with this card, they're going to lose a health. If they want to reduce its speed, if they want to reduce its damage, if they want to draw cards, they're going to lose health every time they play an enhance. So if you can whittle them down to that, 2-3 health with Hunter's Dagger, and then you play this, and your rival really wants to stop it, they have to lose health, and they could just be left at 1 by the end of the fight. That is ridiculous. I love cards like this that really make your opponent think about what they want to do. So you can just put a bunch of repeatable stats, like if you have something that says, hey, just enhance this attack, it's +1 damage, or enhance this attack, it's +1 speed. You can do a lot of incremental stuff like that to force your rival to maybe lose some health to try to interact with you. Excuse me. Next up, we have Enough of This. This is a 4/3. Did I say that the other one had XP? It has XP. This is a 4/3, 3 mid for 4 with a 1 high block, Frenzy, and Fury. This one does not have XP, so that is very useful to know. You cannot remove this card from your hand to level up. So, Blitz, this card does not count towards progressive difficulty to play Foundations. So if this is your last attack in your string, and you're just wanting to build out, you just build out, and this card does not count towards that progressive difficulty. This is also a great poke, where you could play this card, and it's a 3 mid 4, and then you just build out a whole bunch of foundations, ignoring the progressive difficulty, basically. But it does have that Frenzy, which is a Blitz. This attack gets +1 speed and +1 damage for each attack blocked this turn. So a great way to also throw it late in a string, give it weapon with Hunter's Dagger, and also with that Blitz, possibly making it unblockable. So really cool. I really like the design of this card here. Next we have Grasp for Survival. A 4/3, 1 mid for 4, 3 mid block. It has throw and XP. So as a throw, you cannot give it weapon with Hunter's Dagger. Response after you block with this card, gain 2 health. That's pretty neat. Kind of a weird thing to put on a throw, since you're obviously going to want to be dealing damage with it, but I can kind of see it. Not much to say about this one. This is also life attuned, as is enough of this, and Determined Cut is death attuned. I really need to get better about that. Next we have Killing Intent. This is a 5/3, 4 low for 5, our first low attack of the deck. A 1 low block, stun 1, Fury, and Weapon with death attuned. Blitz, seal 1 rival foundation with difficulty 2 or less. So you can make sure that cards like Defend the Rear or not struggling with studies. Struggling with studies, but surviving the final. Defensive pieces like that, you can just seal them. So you can seal 1 as a blitz, and then you can stun. They'll probably commit the sealed card, but that's a card guaranteed out of the turn. You don't have to worry about that card, so that's pretty good. All in all, not great, but not bad. Next we have Venom Fang Dagger. A 4/3, 3 low for 3, 2 low block, death attuned weapon. Also not an XP card. I don't believe the last one was either. Nope. So not all of your attacks have XP. Response, after this attack deals damage, your next weapon attack gets +X damage. X equals this attack's damage. So basically, it deals damage equal to, or it gives the next attack, your next weapon attack, a damage bonus equal to the damage you deal. Because it doesn't say +3 damage, and it responds when the attack deals damage, so that would be whatever the attack's damage is at that point. So, however much damage this deals, no, that's not it. So if your rival partial blocks this, they would only take 2 damage, but you would give 3 damage to the next attack. Okay, so a little complicated, a little convoluted, but it still works. So even if your rival's like, okay, I'll play this ability to reduce the damage that I would take by 3, and it leaves them at, say, you take 1 damage because you gave +1 damage to this. So it's a 4, they take 3 less, it deals 1, your next weapon attack is going to get 4 damage. That is an insane way to just stagger on even more damage to future attacks. I really like this card. Next we've got Wolf Assassin. A 5/3, 5 mid for 5 with a 1 mid block, Fury, Weapon, XP, and all attuned. Very nice. Blitz, add 1 XP foundation from your discard pile to your hand. So that's a great way to pick up a card that you can just remove from your hand to level up at the end of your turn. Or if it's a foundation you want to build, there are some pretty good abilities on those XP foundations, as we'll soon see. Just a really good way to just grab your cards back. I really like it. Then we have, I believe, our ultra rare attack, World's Weakest Hunter. This is a 4/3, 5 mid for 3, 2 mid block, all attuned, EX3, Weapon, XP. Response, after this attack deals damage, you may remove 1 foundation from your stage. Draw 1 card for each card in your remove from game pile, maximum 3. So if you've removed, you've leveled up twice to remove 2 cards, obviously, to level up, and then you remove a foundation from this for dealing damage, you get to just draw 3 cards. You get to hard draw 3 cards. That is really good, especially given the fact that this attack has EX, which means you can spend any number of momentum to get +3 speed for each momentum you spent. Just all in all, really solid attack here. Really good card. Onto our foundations. We have our ultra rare foundation, Double Dungeon. This is a 3/5 with a 1 mid block, unique, and XP. Response, tenacious or playable while committed. After you level up, ready this card. So this is a great way to commit this during your turn, and then ready at the end of your turn, basically. Enhance your turn, remove, level up. You cannot level up again this turn. So you're giving up your level up at the end of the turn, but you can level up at the beginning of the turn and get a new ability to then abuse and hopefully overtake your rival. This is a unique card, so that's kind of tough, but it's a very powerful card that can basically just remove itself, level you up in the middle of a turn, so you get access to more abilities. Next we have Dungeoneering Armor, a 2/5 with a 2 high block, armor keyword, and the Death Attuned. Double Dungeon was also Death Attuned. So the armor keyword, that one's new. So now we're going to get armor stuff. That's pretty cool. 2/5, 2 high block. Response Tenacious. After this card is committed due to a rival effect, this attack gets -2 damage. They stun you, it gets -2 damage. That's pretty good. And then Enhance Tenacious, Sacrifice. This attack gets -1 damage. So if it's stunned, you can effectively give that stun attack -3 damage. That's pretty good. I like it. Solid defensive piece. Next we have Fateful Decision, and I love the art here. This is so cool looking. This is a 1/5 with a 3 mid block, the All Attuned symbol. Enhance Commit, this attack gets -2 speed. Pretty good. But I really like the Enhance Commit. After you play a block, it gains Breaker 1. So, you commit this during the Enhance step and say, I'm going to block this attack, and I'm going to make your next check become harder. That's really cool. Especially considering with the Assassin skill tree, you get Murderous Intent, reducing the speed of an attack to 0. Really powerful. Reduce its speed to 0, give your block breaker, in addition to any other breaker it might have. Very powerful card here. I love it. Next we have Improving Skills, a 2/5 with a 3 high block and the XP keyword. It is a Life Attuned. Enhance, Sacrifice 1 Foundation. This attack gets +1 speed. That's pretty simple. And then Response, after you remove this card from your hand, build the top card of your deck face down committed. So we remove it from our hand to level up. We get a committed foundation face down. Pretty solid. Next we have Item Menu, a 1/5 with a 3 low block. Let me just double check something. Remove it from your hand, yeah. So Item Menu, 1/5, 3 low block, XP. Response, after you remove this card from your hand, draw 1 card. So you remove it from your hand to level up, you draw a card, replenishing your hand. Solid. Solid card here. Leveling Strength, a 1/5, 2 low block, XP, Life Attuned. Enhance Commit, this attack gets +2 damage. That's pretty good. You can commit it to give something damage, and then remove it from your stage during your end phase to level up. 2 birds, 1 stone. Pretty good. Next we have Loot Box, which I think is hilarious. A 2/4 with a 3 low block, XP, and the All Attuned. Enhance Flip, build the top card of your deck. At the end of this combat phase, add that card to your hand. So this is really cool. If you have a way to like see what the top card of your deck is, and there's an attack there, you can build that card by flipping this. And then at the end of the turn, you pick up that attack. So you can commit it to pass a check, pick it up, you have an attack for your next turn at the end of the turn. That is so cool. I don't know how much play this is going to see, but it's such a neat concept, especially for the all symbol. I really like it. Next we have Serpent Scramble, a 1/5 with a 3 high block. It's got Breaker 1, XP, and the all Attune symbol. It's pretty much just blank except it has Breaker. I think foundations like this that are blank are pretty cool because you just give it Breaker, and A, it puts more Breaker in the game, and B, it feels better than just a blank foundation. And I love how he's just screaming in the flavor text there. And finally, we have Timely Recovery, a 2/5, 2 mid block with the XP keyword and the Life Attuned symbol. Enhance Tenacious, Sacrifice, gain 2 health. you just gain 2 health by destroying this committed foundation. And then response, after you remove this card from your hand, gain 2 health. So you can gain health from it when you level up, and you can sacrifice it from your stage to gain 2 health while it's committed. Just a great way to keep your health up when you are trying to survive the level ups. And that is going to be it. That is the whole kit and caboodle for Sung Junwoo E-Rank Hunter. Do I think it's going to be a really powerful deck? Time will tell. Once all of these cards get on Ultra and I start playing around a bit, I'm sure I'll find quite a few things. But I do think it's a very fun ability. I think it's a very fun way to play the game. And in the Challenger Series only formats, where you can only play Challenger Series characters, I think this dude's going to be a blast to play. Because you're just playing with your own cards. You don't have to worry about the mix and match. I think he's going to be fun. I think he's going to take a lot of work to make good. He's definitely a thinking man's character. But, I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you think of Solo Leveling's first, so far, maybe, foray into Universus with the E-Rank Hunter? Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.